Good morning, Murdoch. Happy to be back with you this morning. I would like to cover a few topics and also address the questions and concerns you have sent in. I will talk about the meal distributions taking place around town, tell you what my daily schedule looks like, and provide links to a few sample schedules for you. I will mention a few virtual tours, as well as let you know what I am currently reading and what I am looking forward to next. And lastly this morning, I will respond to your questions. This video series is a work in progress, so please be patient with me as I figure out how to post resources I mention for you to access through YouTube. So, most importantly this morning is the meal distribution schedule beginning on Monday. There will be 4 locations where you can pick up meals each morning. You do not need to write this down if you are regularly checking the Winchendon Public Schools COVID-19 updates I mentioned on Wednesday. Here are the sites and times for meal pickup. Waterville Plaza from 10 o'clock to 10:15. The River's Edge parking lot from 10:20 to 10:35. The Rite Aid parking lot from 10:40 to 10:55. And lastly, the Lincoln Avenue extension from 11 o'clock to 11:15. The meal distributions will take place Monday through Friday, and talks are underway for weekend distributions as well. All students are welcome. You just need to show up at the designated locations and find the school bus. All right, so the most difficult thing for me to do was to come up with a practical daily schedule, and I thought I would share mine with you. Here goes. From 7 to 8 in the morning, I have my morning routine. I get ready for the day, take a shower, make some coffee, some breakfast, and just generally wake up. From 8 to 8:30, I create a to-do list for the day with specific items that I'll get to later. From 8:30 to 9:30, I check and respond to emails. From 9:30 to 10:30, I check in with the superintendent, Mrs. Weeks, and others as needed. From 10:30 to 12, I do work-related items such as work on this video series, and also go back to the things from my to-do list. 12 to 1 is lunch. Got to make my own instead of getting the pizza from the calf. And then from 1 to 1:30, I go back and do some email checks. From 1:30 to 2:30, I go back to those work-related items and hit that to-do list. And then from 2:30 to 3, I just kind of relax a little bit. 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I try to do some type of exercise. From 4 to 6, I work around the house and yard, maybe read a little bit. At 6 o'clock, I begin dinner. 7 o'clock is always dinner time at my house. At 8 o'clock, I kind of settle in for the evening, watch a little television, maybe some reading, other things, just general time with the family. 11 o'clock is bedtime for me. Do it all again the next day. So how about some virtual tours? There are some great virtual tours and live streamed events going on right now. I enjoy virtual tours of the national parks I have not yet visited, such as Yosemite National Park. You might enjoy the one for Yellowstone National Park. There are currently many live streamed events as a result of the current national crisis. These include concerts and Broadway shows. A quick Google search reveals so many options. I might need to check out the virtual tour of the Louvre Museum in France that I saw was available the other day. Maybe Moray could check it out and give us a review. This is also a great time to read, and Mr. Klein is updating the library website with a list of resources. The link to the library is down below in the description box for this video. You should definitely check it out. I am currently reading the Quinn Colson series by Ace Atkins. Quinn is a former Army Ranger who returns to his Mississippi hometown and becomes the local sheriff. A lot happens in his little town, I'm afraid. I'm also current on the Jack Reacher series by Lee Child. Yep, same Jack Reacher in the movies. And also the Joe Pickett series by C.J. Box. Pickett is a Wyoming game warden who always solving some type of mystery. I guess there's a theme in my reading selections. I was really excited to see today that Erik Larson has released a new book named The Splendid and the Vile about Winston Churchill during World War II. Some of you know of Erik Larson through the Modern Monsters class. I love his books. Okay, enough with books and virtual tours. and on to your questions. Before I get to your questions, let me thank you for the positive feedback I've received from so many of you. I really appreciate it. So the first question I have here, and we don't have a lot, but they all have kind of a similar theme. The first question, so I was wondering what we're going to do with the sophomore math and English MCAS now that the finals are coming. Is it going to be rescheduled or is it not happening? Well, the MCAS and that type of testing is still a little bit up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and share with you that this 3 weeks may not be the end of the time we have out of school. So we are taking advice from the Massachusetts Department of Education, who runs the MCAS and runs education for the state. So right now there is no decision, but I'm sure one will be coming in the near future. Next question and comment. I hope this email finds you in good health and that you are practicing social distancing. I am. I wanted to send an email and ask if teachers would be doing online classes, posting work on Google Classroom, etc. So I'll say this. We are not requiring assignments that you turn in. Not everybody in the Winchendon Public Schools has the same access to the internet, and as such, we would like for it to be fair so that not everybody, since not everybody has that same access. What we'll be doing, and many of your teachers will be doing, is posting a list of recommended resources so that you can stay current in your particular classes. But we will not be requiring you to turn in any assignments, which is why I recommend that each day you do something to engage your mind. And as these resources come available by your teachers, possibly in Google Classroom, and we'll also be posting them in different locations, most likely coming off of that COVID-19 resource site, that we'd ask that you keep current and try to do the best you can each day to engage in some type of classwork. Hope that helps. The next, love the news update you have started, and I was wondering if maybe you would talk about the seniors and how this is affecting them. And I apologize to the seniors. I'm sure it's having a huge impact on you. I know a lot of us are freaking out because we are not getting the senior year we hoped for and are scared we are going to miss out on our prom, our class trip, and our graduation. If you could shed some light on this situation, that would be great. Well, like I mentioned just a minute ago, I'm not certain that this 3 weeks off is going to be the end of this. So with that, it's really difficult for me to say when those things will happen. But I do promise that if we get back to school before the end of the year, that we will ensure that all of those things for the senior class do happen to the best of our ability. Unfortunately, right now, I don't have great answers because we have not received guidance from that Massachusetts Department of Education as to when this might end in terms of school outages. Again, I'm not certain that this 3 weeks is the end of it. It could be, but it could go longer. So we'll have to wait until we have a defined and definite ending before we can make plans for the end of the year. I can tell you that we will not go beyond the 185th school day that was on our current calendar. We will not go further into the summer. I believe that date is somewhere around June 19th, but I'll have to confirm that at a later date. And the last question, and it's again in the same vein, I was wondering if we could be doing online classes until we are going back. Most schools in New Hampshire are doing them, and I don't know if we will too. We will not be doing online classes. Again, not everybody in Winchendon has the same access to the internet, and therefore we wouldn't be able to require the same thing of everyone. So again, we're just asking that you take the recommendations from your teachers as well as those things that we'll be publishing as Murdoch High School, and do the best that you can each day. Spend some valuable time working on those things and keeping your mind active. I apologize that I don't have more details, but as soon as we know when we end this school outage, we'll be able to plan for the end of the year. And as soon as I am able to do that, I will definitely keep you informed. So until the next time, guys, do the best that you can each day, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.